Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, social distancing, wearing masks where needed. If you're not, please do. It's not about each of us, it's about God first and everybody else, family and loved ones. Self should be at the bottom priority list. This video message explanation of number 1329 just came in on the 1st of August, actually early during the night, and then finished off during the rest of the day. Oh, excuse me. I haven't read it, so I may have to try to explain best I can. I've not reread it. I just know it's like a lot of the messages lately, just a lot of different meanings throughout the message. Synopsis of one's soul, whether broken, whether whole. So basically, story of one's soul, whether you're broken or whole. Still dip your hand in the water of life, seeping of chaos, full of strife. So whether broken, the story of your soul, your journey, whether you're broken or whether you're whole, no matter where you're at in the journey, we are dipping our hand in the water of life because we're here in this physical world. This world is seeping of chaos and full of strife. The darkness is in it. You journey by way of misguidance. Path I made, no abidance. Again, reiterating and reminding us that so many journey by way of misguidance. We go our own way and then not realizing we're being manipulated and guided and controlled by evil, influenced by evil. Still free will choice, but it knows what we desire, what we want, things that are not compatible with God. So that's the thing it's going to manipulate. It's not going to manipulate things that are going to guide us towards God. So you journey by way of misguidance. Path I made, no abidance. Nobody's abiding. No one's sticking to the path He made for us. Remember I said it's two paths. His path He created for us and the path we choose. Passages of time wrapped up in rhyme. So it's been around a long time. All these different histories of man. Complete the task all have been given. Not of man, but spirit-driven. So we should be seeking the task that God needs you to do. Again, the common purpose. Everybody, and I asked this many times, why am I here? Why am I here? Until I understood. We all have a common task, common purpose. Oh, excuse me again. It is to be a convert for Him, to learn and grow in His light and about Him, and to help others to do the same. But not to let them hold you back. Don't let anybody hold you back. It's like journeying along and somebody's stumbling of time. You can help them. Give them enlightenment. Give them vocal, spiritual, emotional support. Help pick them up if they stumble. Help them along if they want to. But if they don't want to, don't let anybody hold you back. That's the common purpose. And then we all have specific purposes. Slipping through bony fingers. Skeleton, all that lingers. Pouring flesh into the ground. People pass by without any sound. That's talking about passing from life. We're pouring flesh into the ground. Again, we're 90 or 97% water, so we're decaying. After we pass, flesh literally pouring into the ground. Thus slipping through bony fingers, and the skeleton is all that lingers. And people pass by without any sound. Spirits in between that people aren't aware of. What once was garden, the entire world, lost as hearts did harden. So what it was, the beauty of it, has been lost and continue being lost more and more as hearts do harden. Weary travelers plod along, spirits lost, an endless throng. So weary travelers plod along the physical world, is weary, tired of life, but those in spirit realm, in between, miss so many, they're lost. There's an endless throng, so many that yet to be processed to get them to the light. It's part of what I do, and many others. Soldier of fortune, soldier of God. Your choice. Be a soldier of fortune, seeking to make the profit, make money, and so forth, or be a soldier of God. One of ruin, that would be the soldier of fortune. One of lightning rod, be part of God's army, which I am. Foolhardy dreams, nothing as it seems. Whispers in the night, passing darkness. Where is my or the light? Utter starkness. All these foolhardy dreams of mankind people have, not realizing that nothing is as it seems. So you get all these wonderful things. Oh, I'm going to be happy, or this person's true, or this is who's supposed to be in my life, or whatever. Nothing is as it seems. If you don't have God in your life to give you that discernment, what's true and what's false, what's good, what's bad, what's wrong, what's evil, then you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. You're cruising along thinking you're fine, but you're not. And you get to the end of the road and like, whoa. You don't pass very well, pass a lot of suffering. And when you do pass, you're not going to believe, you're going to miss the opportunity to go to the light. You end up in the judgment line. Again, it's a very long line. So there's whispers in the night, passing darkness, constantly whispering in your ear. You got to have that discernment. And you're asking, where is my or the light? Where is God? There's this utter darkness here. I'm not hearing anything. I'm not feeling anything. That's a result of your choice, free will choice. Go down the wrong path. Do not have Him in your life. And ask, can you keep a secret to tell, buried within your deepest well? Escapes upon a woolen field, enemy refuses to yield. Can you keep a secret to tell? Can you keep that secret, the truth, within you to tell to God, to tell others? Nothing's hidden from Him. But to share, can you keep a secret to share with others the truth of God, which is buried within your deepest well, whether it's the truth that you know of God, that's your soul, or your deep inner truth you're afraid to share? What is there escapes upon a woolen field, woolen, sheep, harvesting. And all escapes be taken from you if you allow it to be, or if you offer it up to be, or you ask for help to have it taken from you. The enemy refuses to yield. It's never going to yield until end time, until it's done, the final battle is over. It's never going to yield trying to harvest you for itself. What we seek becomes more bleak. Humankind becomes more blind. That's so true. What people are seeking becomes more bleak. The world becomes more bleak. They become more bleak down in their soul. Humankind becomes more blind in the process. Putrefaction of one's soul, the decaying of one's soul, if seek to remain in canopic bowl. If you seek to want to remain in this life, not let go of it, you just decay even more. Forgiveness, that we want to be exposed to the darkness, the corruption, contamination that's in this world, or to go to the light, purification. There should be no choice. Don't be afraid. Don't think that this is the whole kit and caboodle. Everything that you see and hear and feel in your physical senses is all that there is. Don't think that for a second. Forgiveness a thing 'tis needed, to thus receive what was deeded. So again, forgiveness is needed. God's forgiven us everything before we think it. So we need to forgive ourselves and others elsewise, and continue to ask God for that help, because He knows it's hard to do. The longer we hang on to something, the harder it is to let it go. It's a security blanket, like a child. But it is needed to thus receive what was deeded to us, which is eternal salvation. Compensatory claims notwithstanding, said before, there'll be no countermanding. So compensatory claims, people feel that they deserve something from, like physical example, for slavery or something that generations ago suffered, that they should be compensated. Same thing with spiritual level as well. Compensatory claims notwithstanding. That aside, all the moaning about us is we deserve this, but we deserve that because of what happened many generations ago. With Palestinians, is we deserve to have this land back to us because it was taken from us thousands of years ago, not just in the 1900s, but thousands of years ago. It's all God's land. Everything was God's. So this idea that we should be compensated from the past. As he said before, there'll be no countermanding. He will not stop what he's already put in motion. So just accept things as they were, let them go, forgive, and move on. Compensatory claims for you're wrong, something was done wrong to you. Forgive, let it go. It's the past. Don't be like Lot's wife, stuck in place, unable to move on. Because nothing's going to stop. He's not stopping anything. Just keep moving forward. Focus on now, become serving him, focusing on him, and on yourself, your soul, and helping others, serving him whatever way he needs you to serve him, and move forward. Time is as time was. God said all he does. He said everything he's doing now, he said long ago, many times. Darkness spreads across the land, constantly seeking to disband God's children so lost and alone. Safe they'd be if took path was shown. And darkness spreads across the land, more and more, has for thousands of years, constantly seeking to disband, to steer God's children away from him, lead them astray. He does it more and more every day. Hence they feel more lost and alone. Happy on the surface, but deep down inside they're not. Safe they'd be if they took the path that was shown to them, God's path for them, instead of taking their own path. Through their course, their choice, of course, their path, though their course ends up the same, both end up the same place, the same time. One's way easier, one's not. Date and time, there's no one, though their course ends up the same, date and time, there's no one else to blame but thyself for all thy suffering. Chose the path with no buffering. You chose your own way, with no buffering, no protection of God. You own the suffering. You have to take ownership and responsibility of all your choices and the results and the effects from those choices, the outcome of those choices. Can't be blaming God or anyone else. Ageless couriers sent thee messages, focused on life, heard not their passages. So ageless couriers means they have no age, and there's no time in spiritual realm, in heaven. So these couriers, messengers from God, ageless couriers, he sent in physical form and spiritual form, sent thee messages, like these messages I'm sharing now, and other ways of communicating to you. But yet people focused on life, and they heard not their passages coming by and whispering and sharing the message that they're supposed to hear. They're focused on the outside, not believing, and they're not going to hear it. Harbingers of time follow behind justice. I mentioned harbingers of justice a few messages ago. Harbingers of time follow behind justice, rendering men's leaders useless. They are. Look at any leader of mankind, especially in this COVID-19, they're really showing a true lack of value. These leaders, perplexed by what had befallen, failed to answer when we called them. So they're perplexed. So many perplexed, unsure what to do. They're gravitating this way, then they gravitate towards the other way. They're just back and forth. Oh, help us, help us. Oh, no, we want to do it ourselves. Help us, help us. No, we want to do it ourselves. That's just this country, all around the world. perplexed by what had befallen. They don't understand it. Again, it's the beginning of Revelations. All the 4 horsemen arrived, and they immediately began to manifest themselves as plague, first and foremost, first horseman, one of the horsemen. These leaders failed to answer when we called them, when they were called. They were called to lead. They were allowed to lead. They didn't do it. It's all about themselves. Fell to ground all fear and trepidation, all color, creed, and every nation. The past, present, and then in the future. All these leaders will fall to the ground full of fear and trepidation. No matter their creed, no matter their color, no matter what nation they are, all will fall to the ground. Music plays an ominous tune, and music is the language of heaven. Music plays an ominous tune. Look to the skies, coming moon. Look to the skies, coming moon. It's a coming red moon. Or coming moon that was last night. I didn't receive anything most likely it's a red moon or a solar eclipse moon. I'm not sure when the next one is. I think the next red moon is next year, I think, or 2023. Not sure. I have to look that up. But look to the skies, coming moon. Music plays an ominous tune. That can be a significant marker in time. Years to pass, blink of an eye. Before the time, many more to die. So this COVID-19 again is just the beginning. It's just a drop in the bucket, tip of the iceberg. There's more to follow. Not necessarily COVID-19 or a version of it, but other things. Years to pass, blink of an eye. It's happening real fast. Before the time, many more to die. Before the time. So many years have passed before the time when many more will die. Now it mentions the virus. Virus plies a wider course, which it is, spreading outward. Many gathered, but they have horse. So many spirit souls passing, being gathered up by the horse. And the horse is not who you want to be gathered up by. Those are the horse. So again, the weeding out process, the gathering up, the harvesting. It's all part of the harvest, good and bad. Take to heart or remain nonplussed. Look to God, to those you place trust. So take to heart these words and these warnings. They've been reiterated, repeated again and again and again over the time of man. Now is the time to really listen to them. Take to heart, take them to heart. Or remain nonplussed, like, don't care, doesn't matter, don't listen. Another way to put it is, look to God, to those you place trust. These false prophets, false preachers, priests, Pope, so forth. Again, the Pope, last person you need to be following. I'm not saying they're all evil, but the vast majority of them, not who you should be placing your trust in. And it goes for leaders as well. For one is true, one is false. One is two, Father and Son. All others repulse, you should repulse them. I proclaim the change of season. Most of man lost all sense of reason. Jesus, the Christ speaking. I proclaim the change of season. Wipe the slate clean. Start anew. This is the way to go, the path. But most of man lost all sense of reason. Knowledge flows on rays of light. Matters not 'tis day or night. Psalm 19 tells it true. Read it again for clearer view. Again, read Psalm 19, especially the first 4 verses. Music, heaven, communication of heaven, and the wisdom and knowledge of heaven is constantly flowing, day and night, doesn't matter. It is the truth, the word of God. Psalm 118, to open the gate, with you be upon each date. So this part speaking to me directly. Psalm 118, to open the gate, with you be upon each date. So each time I pass souls, I'll need to read Psalm 118. Passage of souls to be complete. as you stand upon your feet. I guess I'll be standing up in the process. Others aid in thy healing. Worry not what they'll be feeling. I need to focus on the task at hand and not worry about what others are experiencing. Each to witness as need do, in their time gain better view. So each will be there to witness what they're going to witness. And in their time, they'll gain a better view, it'll sink in. Tasks they have yet to know, you will help as they go. Sheep assemble as we speak in these gathering places, preparing selves, growing meek. They need to be humility. 115, a psalm must hear, keep in mind, and heart hold dear. It's the beginning of Psalm 115. Not to us, Lord, not to us, but unto you goes the glory. It's not about us, it's not about me, it's about you, about him. Glory of God on high proclaim, not unto thee, but to him whose name precedes all else throughout creation. Bear it up in all elation. God, praise God, praise God, praise God. Preach the word is given me, never for gain, always free. How many of you pay money? Maybe we go to church, you give money to hear the word. Nothing from God costs money, costs anything. All for free. Shepherds, this is warning to all shepherds out there, who's true servants. Shepherds, be true in thy cause. Feed the souls of the flock without pause. Falseness, deceit, go by not unnoticed. Fall from grace shall fall upon, thus discern thee well, all I say. Final tally, 'tis on the way. Jesus Christ, God bless. Awesome, praise God. So, pretty straightforward. Hopefully I was able to explain it to you. Just a little bit part for me in the last part there. And again, I share even about the stuff about me, specifically for me. I've said this many times. I share just to share everything so you understand more about me, where I'm coming from, what I'm about. I mean, if you share that word, you might get something from it because you may be being called to serve him as well, or you're beginning to serve him. Again, you want to share everything because it helps others to understand better and want to understand more. But it's not about me. So that I'd rather share the things for everybody. So hope that helped you. We'll on to the next one, which should be about Ezekiel. More of Ezekiel, we're near the end of that. And if you are a shepherd of God, seek and be, and read Ezekiel 33, which is different sections of it, aspects of being a shepherd. Ask for discernment as you read that so you can understand it better. I've read it here recently, shared it with you, explained it to you, but feel free to read it again. Peace of Christ. Stay safe. God bless.